main purpose is to spread a message that the world should not confuse Judaism and Zionism, or Jews and Zionists. The whole state of Israel is the result of a movement known as Zionism, which was a new movement. It was something that only came into existence just over 100 years ago. It was a nationalistic movement, a non-religious and irreligious movement, something completely foreign to Judaism and to the Jewish people. They represent themselves as being the representatives of the Jewish people. Judaism is something completely different. Judaism is a way of life, it's a religion, it's a holy way of life, a godly way of life, a compassionate way of life, something totally opposed to Zionism. The whole idea which Zionism had, apart from being irreligious, was a nationalistic idea to form a state for Jewish people. This again is totally against our teaching that's been handed down through generations. Our teaching is that we are in a state of exile, which the Almighty has decreed, and we have to accept that. So from that point of view, Zionism is different to Judaism. Apart from that, the Zionist idea was to build a state in Palestine where there was already another people. They were imposing themselves on other people. They disregarded the compassion and feeling which one has to have for another people. That again is totally foreign to Judaism. Judaism is compassionate and considerate. Our job is to be loyal to live in the country in which we find ourselves and to be loyal to their interests, not to try and impose ourselves on them and to take away their right of self-determination, which led on to a confrontation which took away their homes and sadly led to strife, bloodshed and strife, which has been going on 100 years, only through this idea of Zionism. So that's the message we have to spread. Don't confuse Zionism and Judaism. Don't blame Judaism and Jews for the crimes of the Zionists. But our prayer is that the whole idea of a state known as a Zionist state known as Israel should disappear and should be, and that our prayer is that it should disappear peacefully and it should be replaced by a regime which is totally acceptable to the Palestinian people. How this comes about, that's already a political function, and we're not politicians. We're not here to tell politicians how to do it. We believe in the Almighty, as all religious people do, and our saying is that the hearts of kings and princes is in the hands of the Almighty, and that is the politicians. How they go about it, the Almighty has already got it all arranged, you see. So now come back to your original question. You say we haven't got influence within Palestine to change things. It is quite true. But we're here not to have influence. We're here to give the message, a very important message which is relevant whether in Palestine or outside Palestine. The world should know Judaism and Zionism, Jews and Zionists are totally different. We understand that the conference is to deal with the fact that the question of Jerusalem, how that is dealt with in connection with the Palestinian and Arab peoples and the Arab population. Now this is very, very much tied up with the whole problem of the Israeli state, of the Zionist state. If the Zionist state, and when the Zionist state disappears, there will be no problem in Jerusalem, because the Arabs generally and the Palestinians particularly will have the full right to do whatever they want in Jerusalem, as they have always done, or they have done for hundreds and hundreds of years. So really, again, our purpose in attending this conference is again to use the opportunity to spread our message please realize, announce to the world, you, all of you should realize, you should accept that Judaism and Zionism are two different things. We are powerless to actually change it. We can only pray to the Almighty. But at least we should realize the truth of the matter.
The point that Rabbi Cohen is stressing is really critical to the ending of this conflict, because the world understands it's a religious conflict, and that's exactly what Zionism wants. That's why they kidnapped, they hijacked the Star of David. If the world thinks that this is a religious conflict, so they're afraid that they'll be called anti-Semites, they hate against the Jews if they support the Palestinians. When the world understands that it's a simple, selfish, flawed nationalism, it has nothing to do with religion. Jews have been enjoying the hospitality of every Muslim country for hundreds and hundreds of years, and even thousands of years in certain cases, without any human rights to protect us. So when the people understand it, then they'll understand that this is the problem, the existence of the state, because it has thrown in basically a rock in still water. In other words, Jews are living together with Muslims and Christians without any necessity for protection. We flourish that way. This is a nationalistic movement that agitates the local citizenry. Zionism keeps on intimidating people that when they come together, that they're that Muslims hate Jews, that people think like the continuation of Nazis, and that's abhorrent. That's disgusting. And the truth is, it has nothing whatsoever to do with religion. It's purely a new movement, a relatively new movement. Judaism is thousands of years. Zionism is 150 years. And Rabbi Cohen keeps on saying, if it would have been such a necessity to create a state, then they would have done it all throughout generations. The Jews, and they never made such a thing. It's a new movement, a national, selfish, flawed concept. We'll take the land from others. So if the world will recognize that, just like South Africa, the world put pressure to stop apartheid, they'll stop this because they'll see that it's just basic impediment to peace. It's causing the endless river of bloodshed. That's why it is politically, it is critical that the world speaks about the fact that it has nothing to do with religion and sees what we're doing, that the world should see that we have around the world every very religious community, invariably. In Jerusalem, where he's from, in England, or from New York, I could show you the pictures, you'll see that the most religious communities are totally anti-Zionist. There's not one Israeli flag next to Manhattan and Williamsburg, not one Israeli flag, the most largest concentration of religious Jews. The same thing in Jerusalem or in Stamford Hills in England, because it has nothing to do with Judaism. On the contrary, the more religious, the more anti-Zionist. We all fervently pray to God every day for the speedy and total, and God help, peaceful dismantlement of the state and a return to Palestinian freedom and rule.